What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Marcus D. Butler back with another video. On today's video, we're going to be doing a review for Thunderbolts. Now, the way that we're going to be doing this is I'm going to have my review, and then it'll be the Arsenal's review. You're going to get both of our viewpoints on the Thunderbolts movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. We're going to be talking about like spoilers and stuff like that. So yeah, go watch the movie if you haven't. And let's get into this review. Starting off, the movie was very good. Had a very good message of mental health that they were dealing with in the movie. I gave the movie an 8 out of 10 because of the story building in the whole movie, the character management of making sure that everybody got the time on the screen. Well, except for Taskmaster. They did a great job of like telling those stories without it going too far. Like it felt like the most like real. I feel like that's why people love this movie so far, is because it's a real like look at mental health of like not loving yourself and not thinking that you're enough, and the aspirations of like things that people don't usually have, the imperfections, excuse me, the imperfections that people usually don't have and worry about on a normal basis and think about when they're talking to people. It all was shown in this movie very well, and had some sprinkle, which I'm surprised not as much, because I thought it was gonna be like on a whole like Deadpool type of like jokes, but like a sprinkle, maybe like a pour of humor, especially when Red Guardian was on the screen. Before that, it was all just like nice. It was very serious. I'm very, like I said it before, but I'm very surprised that Taskmaster is dead. Like, I'm wondering if they're gonna get a new Taskmaster. Master or Master? I think it's Master. I think it's, yeah. Whenever Civil War happens, they're gonna replace that person and have the actual character that's in the comics instead of the one that they had in Black Widow. I don't know if they're gonna do that or not, which would be cool if they do, because he can blend into everything. So he can blend into freaking Moon Knight, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Iron Fist, every like city level person. He always is there. Taskmaster is always there, getting it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do bring him back after Civil War, Avengers Civil War, should I say, or what do they call it actually? Is it Doom? No, Doomsday not Civil War, but I guess whatever they call in that movie. But y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of flowers have to go to the director, writer, and stuff like that for taking this chance of making it more dark toned. Because with anti-heroes, we always get like the comedy thing. That's all I'm saying. It's like small amounts of comedy in here. But with this movie, it was mainly like a depressed, like sad movie where you have a lot of people that are just going through things, and it's just a good story to like build up and see where it goes from there. They took a very big swing with this. They made a good movie. I heard what's it called, David Harbour, I think his name is, yes, say they want to make this movie very good. When they didn't want to make it too funny and all that. They just want to make a good movie, and you did. I feel like that a lot of people don't want to take big swings with these kind of movies. Like they always do like the typical Marvel thing, which for that aspect I do understand when people are saying, oh, this is a very good movie, and all that kind of stuff. But I hate hearing people say, oh, this is the best movie since Endgame. Stop fucking saying that. That pisses me off every time I hear that. Like it makes me so annoyed. Because it's like you're saying that Shang-Chi was trash, which was not true. You're saying that No Way Home was trash, which was not. Oh, I can say it so hard, not fucking true. People always want to say, oh, it's because of nostalgia. If you take out No One Knows People, like show this movie to anybody that doesn't know, that haven't seen Spider-Man 1 through 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 1 or 2, they still will know what's going on in the movie. They still will follow what's happening. They just will be more surprised. They will just be more like, oh, who's this person? And so like that. They'll still have a good story. You'll still feel what's happening in the story. If anything, they written the movie so good that you're able to feel things that you haven't felt in a long time for those characters. You're bringing back characters that haven't been on screen in so many years. And people obviously gonna love Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield being back on the screen, but keeping that spark going and giving new feelings for people, new moments that for people to enjoy. That's not just just nostalgia. That's writing. That's just great writing. This is crazy. You are a lunatic. You right here. I'm like, I can go on a whole rant about how Marvel fans get on my nerves. But this is about the Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was a very good movie. Hope y'all agree with me. Hope you agree with us, because we both enjoyed the movie. And yeah.
Hello guys. My review of Thunderbolts. I gave Thunderbolts an 8 out of 10. I think it's a very good. I'm gonna say 8.5 out of 10. Very good movie. A very good movie, a cool movie. I'll definitely be seeing it again. It was very cool how they kind of like, covered mental health and stuff like that within the movie and stuff. How you see like basically all of the characters that was involved, like they kind of had like a bad upbringing or some type of bad tragic moment and stuff in a sense like that. You look at each character around and stuff. They did a good job of portraying that and kind of using that. They was drawn to each other's like stuff. Like you'll see when they say certain things like, this happened to me when I was a little kid, or this happened to me when I was my wife left me, my kids left, was gone and stuff as well. I was a lab experiment and stuff. You see how they look at each other throughout the film like that. It kind of like resonating with each other a little bit more and more, and they become eventually become a team, of course, as well. And I like the way the story was, like the build up of everything, how they got set up. Of course, going there, posing they got set up to assassinate each other, basically like that. Somebody set them up to take them out. Lexi was very late. He was like, don't go in there, they gonna kill you. Like it's already too late now. Luckily they escaped and stuff, but he was way late trying to drive a limo in the desert. But that was very cool how they kind of like brought them together like that, like kind of like with like the enemy. Like they said, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like that, kind of like in the sense of that a little bit. They want to work together like that, but it was like kind of like planned and like hired to kill one another, of course, as well. So they came together, the team, try to get revenge a little bit. And in the end, I forgot the lady name, the little lady name that was running everything with the Oscorp. I thought it was saying Oscorp at first. I'm like Osborne, like that, but it said something else. But I forgot her name. But how she kind of set everything up, kind of like then set everything up at the end, like basically trying to act like she was the one who set them as a team and all the stuff that was going on and stuff. But everything was cool in the movie like that. The Void, of course, him kind of like bringing that darkness out. Try to keep that darkness inside, bottled up inside. All like the emotion and everything, basically all their trauma based like that. And he had people reliving through their trauma over and over in the Void world as well, like that. And I always wonder too, like when they doing that stuff like that, when they having like the incidents that happen in New York, you see like, I don't know, Daredevil's in New York, Spider-Man's in New York, like where are those guys at? When stuff like that is happening in New York like that, you get people vanishing away and stuff. I guess they be out of town when that stuff happens, but that always funny to me when that happens, because I feel like everything happened in New York on Marvel. But overall, pretty good movie. Good movie from the start to finish. Them coming together as a team like that, and kind of being a new era of like the heroes and stuff. And Yelena, Florence Pugh did a good job in playing Yelena like that. The lines and stuff with the sadness. You're like, Daddy, I'm alone. Like that, just being like kind of like all having that stuff a little bit, because she lost her sister. She said dad didn't call her in almost a year or something. They thought that she didn't want nothing to do with him, and all type of things that was happening and stuff. And they never really like had anybody to like vent and let it out like that. She was telling him at first, you just got to keep it all down, but then they realized they got to let it all out. At the end, he was swinging and like he was attacking and stuff, and they wanted him to be like basically do that like that in the sense of like attack him like that, strike him down, and kind of let the darkness take over and stuff and become that thing. But it was like, hey, let it out like that. You have people with you. You're not alone and stuff. So it kind of was a cool little thing. They won in the end with the power friendship, like an anime or something. I thought at first, I was wondering, because like I'm like, they're going to Sentry. Like Sentry pretty strong. I said, I don't know, they're going to beat him. But they won with the power friendship. They did Talk No Jutsu, got the victory. Sentry is part of their team now, as Bob. He can't really use that power fully. I guess to like kind of harness it and to keep himself leveled up and stuff as well, like that, leveled off, like not get to that dark place again. But overall, the movie is good. I like the movie a lot. I think it's probably the best superhero movie I've seen this year. I've seen Falcon. I was calling Falcon America, Captain America, Captain Falcon. We're gonna call him, but that movie was pretty good. Brave New World was pretty solid too, pretty good movie. But I like the Thunderbolts movie. I think it was very good. And the end credit scene, of course, of Fantastic Four, they spaceship popping up. Based off of they showing us right there, I guess the Thunderbolts movie take place after Fantastic Four, of course. Well, I mean, after Fantastic Four, I guess they did simulate to is it 14 months later, I think, right? It simulated in the future, so I guess it kind of like around the same time ish. Because Fantastic Four probably is escaping that world because Galactus is going to be the one who's the main villain there. You know, he eat planets, he eat worlds, so maybe they escape to a different universe like that to give some help, or go to a different Earth to help them out a little bit since their world got eaten, or got eaten by Galactus and stuff. So we'll have to see kind of what goes down with that a little bit, but should be interesting. So we got the Avengers team that with the Z, because they had the copyright, Avengers the Z, and then you got the team that Sam Wilson gonna make, which might be him, Captain America, maybe Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, maybe Ant-Man or something. Who else? If you can get Thor back, maybe. We'll see what happens though, but it might be 2 Avengers team, but whoever it is, y'all gotta come together, everybody come together really, and you gotta go against Dr. Doom, because Doomsday comes out next year. It's gonna be Dr. Doom there. We seen Robert Downey Jr. in the picture. Of course, he was like doing a picture, like a teaser a little bit, showing this stuff like that. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how this movie goes. But that's all I have. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going first in the review or I'm going last, but if I'm going first, straight to you, Marcus. If I'm going last, you like this video, leave a like, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.